Joining us now is Alamogordo Tigers head coach Dale Hooper as Tigers come off another big win, 56-12, as they defeat Deming on Friday night. Coach, overall, happy with the way – I got to think the defense, 7 turnovers. That's pretty impressive from your defense.
Defense played pretty well, didn't they? As always, they really stepped up and played. I think, player of the game would probably have to be Hunter or Isaiah. Just, man, those two kids played unbelievable. Hunter, he's been a little out of it this week. He didn't get to practice all week, and so he played Friday, and it showed. That first drive, I think I gave him the ball every time all the way down the field, and he came off the field, and he was tossing some chunks. He was like, he sat out for the next couple series. Then he came back. I'm ready, coach. I think he got all his lunch out of him by that time, and he was ready to go again. And what an amazing job by him. And then Isaiah, he stepped in. Obviously had to go in at running back too, and him and Brandon got some reps at running back. And but Isaiah just, my gosh, him and Brandon just playing lights out on that defensive side of the football. Really good.
Well, and that's one thing. You guys haven't forced a ton of turnovers this year on defense. I mean, you guys have obviously played shutdown defense and stopped pretty much everybody you play, but this is the first game you finally forced some turnovers.
Yeah, we did. Well, you think about what a lot of teams weren't trying to pass on us neither. Not very many teams anyway, and this was a team that we got them out of what they were comfortable in, and they tried to pass the ball, and good things happened, and then they were trying to move people around to try to make something happen. I think they had some people in positions that they weren't used to, and fumbles popped up, and our kids were taking advantage of it. Our boys played hard. They weren't going to lose their homecoming, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I would also say, Deming gave you guys maybe a tougher time in the first half. And we talked about last week, you felt like they were, especially in the defensive line, they had some talented kids.
They did.
And second half, though, you guys came out and really, Kyle, I think he was 9 of 10 and threw for almost 250 yards in the second half alone.
Right.
Pretty impressive.
Well, that first half, I think we wanted to, going into the game, I really wanted to test our O-line. I did, and I came out knowing we were going to do that, and we were going to put our O-line to the test and see if they could man up and play good ball. And boy, did they play good ball.
First 2 series.
I think on them first couple series, that first series, I couldn't even count how many pancakes we had. It was pancake after pancake. Our O-line came out with some vengeance on that. They were not going to be denied, and I challenged them, and they stepped up I was pretty darn proud of our O-line, and I think they were having to do some things differently defensively. I didn't like it, so I quit running the ball in that second half. And I said, we'll go ahead and just start tossing that ball around, have some fun doing that. And they were wanting, and so we started throwing the ball around. And it was I think we could have thrown the ball around the first half too, but. It's a lot. I don't know. I enjoy watching our O-line hit people. It's just a lot of fun. I do. I do. I like seeing a beautiful pass and touchdowns too. It's all touchdowns. It does. But there's something about an O-line going out and pancaking someone and watching Hunter or one of our running backs score. It's pretty exciting.
It's interesting. About the offensive line. It's still a relatively young offensive line. You got one senior,
one senior.
Yeah,
one senior.
Santi is the only one.
That's
senior.
it.
Yeah.
No. Martin.
That's right. Yeah, Santi's a junior. My apologies.
Yeah, we'll return a pretty solid veteran group and most of those kids started sophomores too. So, this pretty veteran group for being juniors. And, we got our 2 wideouts, Hunter and Martin. So we have 4 seniors on that offense. So, those are 4 pretty darn good football players that are going to be hard to replace, but that's at least it's only 4, not 8. Defensively, a little different story. We'll have to replace quite a few on the defensive side.
Now, we certainly hope that those guys have a lot of games left in them this season.
Oh, absolutely.
We hope that it's not just the 4 remaining in the regular season, that there's another 4 coming up in the.
No, that's what I told the kids. I said, "Do you think about it, guys? Look how many games we have left right now." So we got 4 right now, and then we hopefully just 3 more, 3 more in going on, and let's hope we take care of our business. So that's the way it works out. And this is a big week going into this week. I think the focus is there. I was worried about focus last week, but they didn't overlook Deming. They were ready to play. I think it was they had the right head going into the game. Their mind was right going into the game because it was homecoming and they were not going to lose homecoming. It just wasn't going to happen. And the amount of fans, oh my, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I say that every game, and it's just more and more and more. You know, the extra bleachers were full. It was just I'm just so proud of this community.
Well, and what I'd also say, I mean, you know, with the Mayfield game, you knew that there was going to be a contingent of Mayfield fans, right. But I would guess 99% of the folks that were there on Friday night were Alamogordo fans.
Oh yeah, yes, and it was, man, what an atmosphere. If people weren't there on Friday night, they missed a great atmosphere. The Friday night lights don't get better than that. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was great to be a part of that, and great for our kids to see that love and support to them and what they're trying to get done. It was an amazing night, and I just want to thank all the people that showed up to the game and supported our team.
And the previous classes that were there, you know, there were some kind of cool things with the national anthem.
The 85 group. Yeah, you know, I talked to some of them guys. I guess they're pretty salty themselves.
Yeah,
they
not too bad.
They wanted to see. We've heard a lot of good things about you, Coach. We want to see how good you guys really are. And I was like, that was pretty special. You know, yeah, it was a great evening. You know, we went obviously after the game. We go to our usual hangout and seen a lot of the people there too from I think it was 85 and 75. I think is that correct?
Yeah. Well, I think 75, 80, 85, and 05
there
were
you
all
go.
there. So
yeah, and there was quite a few of them, and it was nice. Just it was just a great night. That's all there is to it. I really. I had friends and family down too, and it just, man, it was special. And just to see that many people, and then to see our kids play as well as they did, it was nice.
Yeah, it certainly has been a special season. One thing coming out of the game, you know, clearly a few guys going down to injuries for the first time this year.
Yeah, had some injuries, you know, and we'll see what happens on them. We'll see if we can get any of them back. We'll know. We'll know on one. I really don't want to talk about him right now, but we'll know on one. We'll know right away. I mean, and we'll find out. And yeah, that was that's too bad, you know, and that's all I have to say about them. And I will, when I find out the results on everything and what we got going on, I'll fill everyone in on next week's show.
Yeah,
for sure.
and that's fine. We were, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, especially with kids. I mean,
but we did have some injuries, that's for sure. But all of them are back and playing right now. We still have one, and we're worried about that one. And I've been praying for, you know, and have all my friends and family. We're all praying, and hopefully it's a good result. And we'll see. You know, he feels fine, but that doesn't mean nothing. We'll see.
Yeah. Obviously, we've got Artesia coming or on the road this week. Start off with the first part of playing in the Bulldog Bowl, which is, you know, it's one of those different kind of atmosphere. Yeah.
It'll be my first time, actually. I know our freshman JV go there, but I've never been there. I've drove by the place. I know it's their homecoming. At least that's what I've been told. I'm pretty sure it's their homecoming. This is, I think we've got some kind of record right now. This is our fourth homecoming in a row. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. I know I've never have 4 in a row. What's the deal? Everyone's scheduling us for homecoming, and we hope we can make this our 4th homecoming win in a row. And I think our kids are definitely ready to play. We'll see. The atmosphere will be crazy, and our kids have got to go in and be ready to play. I think yesterday we had a great practice. I'm expecting a good practice today. I think our kids, you know, it's been a good week so far. They've been buckling down, trying to get them grades up. You know, this is going into our final grading period. So, you know, the kids are pretty busy right now. And yeah, we're excited about this week of football. That's for sure. And we're looking forward, you know, we have an off week, and we could heal up all these little bitty bumps and bruises, and that would be nice. And, you know, those are the kind of things almost all our kids have got some kind of bruises or bumps or something on them, but they just play and practice through it. It's just, that's football. But those will be able to heal up, and yeah, we'll see.
You got to think that, you know, the big challenge going into this game is, you know, last year offensively they were able to put up 49 points on you. Now, they won't have Huff Talling, it sounds like.
It sounds like it. I wouldn't. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's so injury reports in high school are always, you never really know.
It's the same thing with us, you know. Yeah, you'll see on Friday night who's going to be there, and the rumor is he's not, but we'll find out. We're preparing for both. It doesn't change what we do. We're preparing for both athletes, and what they like to do and how they like to do it, and our defense is definitely they're preparing. We're going to put our final, as I said, I say always, we can put that final cherry on the top this week, today. And I think we have a great defensive plan going in, and I think our kids are really hungry, because that was a pretty sour taste in our mouth last year to lose that game. And that was a heartbreaker last year. And our kids are really wanting to go down there and play good football and play in Artesia. And yeah.
Well, and I was saying earlier that this is the best offense you guys will probably seen all year long. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, absolutely.
With the exception of maybe that one that you get to see on the other side in practice every single day. Because they get to see a pretty good offense.
Yeah, we get after each other too. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot harder for us when we go get our own defense, because they know our plays. Boy, it's tough, and we really have to work. And normally we do what we call live every day, and we go off for no ones on ones, and we drive, and it's our offense against our defense. And normally our defense that for a while now has been winning that. We get down, but it does make it hard on our boys too, because they know our plays, and it makes our kids work too. And it's a lot of fun, because they get pretty serious. It's fun. It's kind of a mini scrimmage every day. That's how we start practice.
I can't imagine guys like Isaiah and Nathaniel, not being competitive out there.
They get pretty fired up. It gets, and of course they a lot of trash talking too. So because the losers do something. I'll just say that we just don't lose and lose. There's always something with it. So it's a lot of fun. And but the good thing about this week practice wise is that we do run a similar offense. We're both spread gun teams, and so we get to do similar stuff. They do some things a little different than what we do offensively, but it's easy for practice, because I could just tweak. I just do hand signals to certain people and to tweak it to fix what they're doing, and so it's easy to get reps. It gives our defense a good reps, and obviously Kyle can throw the ball for the scout team, and give us a good look. So.
Yeah. Offensively, again, you guys have had no trouble moving the ball against anybody so far this year. And their defense may not be as good as they were last year. The defensive line, their lines are not as big as they were last season, right?
No, they're not. They still have pretty good backers. I think the one thing I see about Artesia is they're well coached. I'm not, by no means am I ever going to say I'm knocking any other coaching staff, because that's not. It's just, I think the way they grow up in the system there, you got a program that the kids have been there for a long time. I guess it'd be something like the Mayfield, and they go through that same system from year in, year out. And if you watch the little fundamental things that they do it really well. They do. They know how to, when they buzz to their coverage, just if they're hiding the coverage, what they do, every little detail they do, it's pretty impressive what they do. They may not have, the athletes maybe they had it in that position last year, or vice versa. And I think there's some positions I think they're probably better in, and so it equals out. But their discipline on those positions it's pretty impressive, and that shows their coaching staff what a great job they do down there. And I know we're expecting a heck of a game, and I don't know. I hope like heck it's not like it was last year. For one, I don't want our defense to give up that kind of points to anybody, and then but I sure hope we can match what we did last year. That's for sure. Yeah,
Coach McComb and that entire group would be very upset if they gave up 42 points.
Oh man, they would lose it. They would. I couldn't imagine. I don't know. I think our entire defense would lose it. And but you know what? We'll see what happens. Our offense, I think, would be the same way. We're down to we're still 3 punts, and but we had another fourth down this week, and or did we have 2 fourth downs? I can't remember.
You turned it over twice. On fourth downs, deep in territory.
And those are areas that really bothered us a lot, and so, we got to fix those areas and not, and we got to fix those is on first and second downs. We got to, and I show our kids that's where we've got to fix. As when we're down in them areas, we got to fix our first and seconds, and we will. We will, that's for sure.
Special teams as well. Fair to say you guys are going to be doing 2-point conversions the rest of the way?
Yeah, no, that ain't. No, we're working. We're working. It's a work in progress, but we are working, and we'll see what happens. We might line up and do some kicking, and then I by no means I got to make sure this is. We were not planning on onside in every kick last week. That was not the plan going in, and but we're working on that too. And we'll fix that, and We'll see what happens. I know we finished off I thought we finished off the last 3 or 4 kicks. We were pretty good. That's what we did okay there, and we'll probably change it up a little bit where we put the ball. You know, we're trying to put it in spots where we want to put, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, just not traditional kickoffs as you'd normally see.
No,
it seems like you guys. We
had to make some changes. Well, we got to make changes to fit what personnel we have, and then also take advantage of who we're playing to. You know, this week that they're a Starburst team, so we'll do things a little different, try to take advantage of that too, and we'll see what happens on that. But we're working on it, and I got another coach coming in and help me too a little bit, and I might end up pulling up a couple kids, and that will be the only job, is to work on that deep snapping and placing the ball on the tee and on the pad, and those little things like that. They're huge. And if I could dedicate just 2 kids from maybe my younger levels, that's all they can come up and do that for an hour every day, hour and a half every day, it'd be amazing how good I think we'll get at it. And so, you know, we'll see what happens. We're working on it right now, and when I feel confident that we could make every extra point, we'll be kicking every extra point. And until that point, right now, we got.
Well, it worked out well. You guys, you know, if you had kicked all 8 extra points last week, you would have and made them. That's how it would have equaled out. I think you guys went 4 for 8 on 2-point conversions.
Right,
so
right.
Worked out
okay.
Yep. Well, Coach, we certainly wish the best of luck, and I know how much it means for you guys to be undefeated going into district. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think tomorrow or Friday we're gonna get some kids. We're gonna go Yucca. We got invited to go down to Yucca Elementary and have breakfast and stuff. Kind of excited about that. You know, go talk to a bunch of elementary kids. But so anyway, just give a shout out to Yucca, and we'll try to get our other elementaries in there too. And we're gonna start off with Yucca with a bunch of our varsity players, and my varsity kids don't even know that yet. So I'm gonna inform them of that. We just got all that approved today, and we'll go down there before our school starts. Our kids aren't missing class, but kind of excited about that. The parade. Oh my! Was it not unbelievable too? When you seen just kids after kids lining up, and of course all of them with their baggies. You know, my wife she spent $120 or so right before the parade. She didn't last to the stoplight. When we got to the stoplight and they were gone, I was like, man, that's a lot of candy gone. And so anyway, our kids there, Coach, you mind if we get out of the truck? I'm like, absolutely. They got out and started shaking hands with people. It was just. It was awesome. Just a great week last week.
Yeah,
and Charles, I thank you for letting me come in here and talk about our kids, and I appreciate it.
Always happy to have you, Coach, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you.